The next lesson for our discussion is India, size and location. It is from your geography textbook, chapter 1. It is a very small lesson, just trying to help you know and refresh your information about the basic facts of our country, India. The basic facts of our country, India. You have already learned that our country, India, is a subcontinent. What do you mean by subcontinent? It is a subcontinent. What do you mean by subcontinent? That is, it is a part of a bigger continent having the same features of a continent. So, India is a part of the bigger continent Asia, and hence it is called as a subcontinent. So, now that can be seen in this map. See the yellow colored country India. Where is it? It is in a part of Asia, a very big country. So, India, when you look onto the map and its location in Asia, it is almost centrally located in between East and West Asia. In between East and West Asia, our country India is centrally located. So, it is in the northeastern hemisphere on the globe. The northeastern hemisphere on the globe, is it not? It is above the equator. So, 0 degrees equator, is it not? We are above the equator and we are not here, we are a little this side. So, northeastern hemisphere being a part of the big continent Asia. So, its location here being here, so it is able to have good relations with the Eastern Asian countries and also the Western Asian countries. She has a good number of neighbors belonging to both East and West Asia. Then, this country, so this country, our country India, it is the 7th largest country of the world. You know that, isn't it? It's the 7th largest country of the world and is just one of the ancient civilizations of the world too. Which is that ancient civilization we have? The Indus Valley civilization. The largest country, one among the largest country, and also one of the ancient civilizations we have, the Indus Valley civilization. It owns, our country India owns immense valuable resources. Also, it has got great social and cultural diversities, and also India has achieved remarkable progress in the field of agriculture, education and technology since her independence. So, this is a small introduction for the country, a small introduction for the country. It is a part of the big continent Asia, then it is 7th largest, one of the ancient civilizations. Then what did I say? Then it has progressed well in agriculture, education, technology and has got immense wealth of natural resources which makes her. That is why it is for that resources that we had already learned that the British came in, is it not? Spices and cotton, and for all that the British came in and took over our country and looted our country as much as they could. So, the next is the location. The next is the location of our country. What is the location of our country? Our country India lies entirely in the northern hemisphere. India by itself, we can say it lies entirely in the northern hemisphere. What makes us to be so sure that our country India lies in the northern hemisphere? That these letters, north, N stands for north. In the northern hemisphere. Those places which lie above the equator will be in the northern hemisphere. So, our country is in the northern hemisphere and its mainland extends between the latitudes given here 8 degree 4 minutes north and 37 degree 6 minutes north. That is the latitudinal extent of the country. Latitude is this way or this way? Yes, it is this way, isn't it? Latitudes are what kind of lines? Horizontal lines drawn on the globe, round the globe. They are imaginary lines, don't forget. They are imaginary lines drawn round the globe which tells us whether places are are in the north or in the southern hemispheres. So our country India lies between 8 degrees north, 8 degrees 4 minutes north and 37 degrees 6 minutes north latitudes, and our longitudinal extent is 68 degrees 7 minutes east and 97 degrees 25 minutes east. So the eastern latitude, the easternmost latitude that we have is what? Which is your east, your right is your east. So 97 degree 25 minutes east is the easternmost latitude, and on the other side it is the 68 degree 7 minutes east latitude. So the latitudinal extent gives us the length of our country, and the longitudinal extent gives us the breadth of the country, is it not? Yes. So 8 degree 4 minutes north, 37 degree 6 minutes north latitudinal extent, 68 degree 7 minutes east, 97 degree 25 minutes east is your longitudinal extent. Now, what are latitudes and longitudes? They are simply points of reference which helps us to locate places on the globe. Now, the next is the Tropic of Cancer. 23.5 degrees north latitude is named as Tropic of Cancer. It is named as Tropic of Cancer, and it passes through our country, dividing our country into two. Now, here you can see, is it not, the Tropic of Cancer. See, it is marked as Tropic of Cancer here. What is the value? 23.5 degrees north latitudes. So, it passes through the country, dividing the country into almost two equal halves. It passes through states of Gujarat, certain parts of Rajasthan, Madhya Pradesh, Chhattisgarh, West Bengal, Tripura and Mizoram. Those are the states: Chhattisgarh, West Bengal, Mizoram and Tripura here. Those are the states along which this Tropic of Cancer passes. Then we have got two island groups, Lakshadweep and Andaman Nicobar Islands. Andaman and Nicobar lies on the eastern side, the other one on the western side. Southeast and southwestern sides of India, we have these two island groups. So these two island groups are also part of our country India, and the mainland along with these two island groups forms the Indian Union. It is called as the Indian Union. They are small groups of islands lying in the Bay of Bengal and in the Arabian Sea. Now we are moving on to the size of our country. The total land area of our country is about 3.28 million square kilometers. Total land area. The total land area including this and the land of these two island groups together comes to about 3.28 million square kilometers. It has got a land boundary. It has got a land boundary of length 15,200 kilometers and a long coastline as long as 7,516 kilometers. So, what do you see on the different sides of our country? In the northwest, north and northeast, you have got our huge Himalayan mountains which stands there and protects us from all our invaders from different directions, enemies, and also it stops the Siberian winds, that the very cold Siberian winds from entering our country. Then you have the Indian Ocean. See, the Indian Ocean at the southern end, and the two seas, the Bay of Bengal and Arabian Sea on the east and west sides of our country. Now, if you look onto the map of India, you can see that this part, the southern part of India, is tapering towards the Indian Ocean. Is it not? Its size is becoming smaller and smaller, and it's tapering towards the Indian Ocean. It's tapering towards the Indian Ocean. Yes? Now, it tapers towards the Indian Ocean, and then what happens? It is dividing. As it extends towards the Indian Ocean. What is it doing? It is dividing this mighty Indian Ocean into two small water bodies, the Bay of Bengal and the Arabian Sea. The Bay of Bengal and the Arabian Sea. Now we will move on back to the longitudinal extent of the country. We will move on to the longitudinal extent of our country. What you see? We have seen the longitudinal extent at 68 degree 7 minutes east and 97 degree 25 minutes east longitude. So, which means that there are a number of longitudes passing through the country between the western end and the eastern end of the country. So, between the 68 degree 7 minutes east longitude in the western end and 97 degree 25 minutes east longitude in the eastern end, there are a number of longitudes. How many longitudes? 97 minus 68, you will get about 30 degrees of longitude passing through the country. We have learned in your lower classes that longitudes are always associated with calculation of time. And we also learned a relation that for every longitude that we move either to the east or to the west, there will be a time difference of 4 minutes. So, if we have so many degrees of longitude passing through the country, 30 degrees of latitude passing through the country, naturally the time between the two ends and also the places in between will not be the same, but there will be a difference of 4 minutes as you keep moving every longitude, which cannot be accepted. Why? Within a country, how can we have different kinds of time? It will cause many practical difficulties. So, to avoid that, we had to find a solution for it. What was the solution? We accepted one meridian as the standard meridian of our country. We decided to accept one meridian passing through our country as the standard meridian, and that meridian was the 82.5 degrees east longitude that passes through Mirzapur in Uttar Pradesh. Why this particular meridian was chosen as the standard meridian? Why this particular meridian was chosen as the standard meridian? Because when we choose standard meridians, the one which passes through almost the middle of that country will be chosen as the standard meridian, and this meridian 82.5 degree east longitude happens to be that one which passes through almost the middle of the country, and the time on this longitude will be accepted as the local time for the country. So, if it is say 4 p.m. there, then that will be the time for all places in the country. Whatever the time is on this longitude is accepted as the time for the whole country. So, it was possible with this meridian and its local time, we were able to avoid confusions in calculating time. Even though there can be a time lag between the east and the west ends of the country, Gujarat and say Arunachal Pradesh, there can be between the eastern and the western ends of the country, that could be avoided, and all watches in all places throughout the country will show the same time, the time at 82.5 degrees east longitude. So, what did we understand from all this basic facts that we learned? That our country, India, is a country of diversities, differences, different kinds of relief features. We have mountains, we have plateaus, we have rivers, then we have valleys, we have coastal plains, islands, many geographical diversities are there, social differences are there, people belonging to different kinds are there, cultures are there, cultural diversities are there, social and cultural diversities are present, and also its eminent position in the Indian Ocean particularly and in the Asian continent helps her to maintain what? Good relations both with her neighboring countries and the countries abroad. That is the basic facts about our country. Our country lies between 8 degree 4 minutes, 37 degree 6 minutes. Longitude 68 degrees 7 minutes, 97 degrees 25 minutes. 30 degrees of longitudinal difference between the two points, but time confusion has been avoided adopting standard meridian 82.5 degrees east longitude, and the local time of that longitude is the time for the whole country. Is it clear?